only 6.
Yeah, there's only 6 of us anyway, but one. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Have a roll call, please.
Troy Whittemore.
Abraham Galonsky.
Ronald Mills.
Aaron Rendon.
We have a quorum. Please begin, Erica.
Notice of a public meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission of the City of Brownsville pursuant to Chapter 551, Title 5, the Texas Government Code, the Texas Open Meeting Act. Notice is hereby given that the Planning and Zoning Commission of the City of Brownsville, Texas, has scheduled a regular meeting on Thursday, December 5th, 2019, at 5:30 p.m. in the Commission Chambers on the second floor of the Brownsville City Hall, Old Federal Building, located at 1001 East Elizabeth Street, Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas, 78520. Item number 1, updates and comments.
Just brief updates. On Tuesday, a new commissioner was appointed, so you will be seeing a new face on the panel.
Who is?
Ms. Vanessa Canales, I believe her name is. So she was appointed by City Commission. She is taking the place of Mr. Francisco Orozco for his resignation. And also just an update on the UDC, on the Development Code rewrite. There's going to be a meeting on January 22nd for the public to attend. So as well, you guys are welcome to attend too. We welcome the feedback. So
What time will that be?
they're still looking to see what would be the best time. It's probably going to be in the evening, just as it was last time.
Okay.
But we will be sending out notices or making a public announcement that
Okay.
of the time and the place.
Item number 2, approval of the minutes for regular meeting on November 7th, 2019.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before you begin, Erica, for those who were here in the meeting, item number 4, item number 5, item number 7, and item number 8 have been removed. So if you're here for one of those items and you care to leave, that's fine. Everything else will continue.
5, 7, 8.
All right, Erica, please.
Item number 3, public hearing and action, Terralta Development Subdivision Plan Development.
All right, this subdivision is actually a planned development. This property is located near Southmost Road in Villa Bonita. It is 5.22 acres and it consists of 20 townhouse lots, 12 two-family lots, and 1 multifamily lot, and 1 commercial lot. This subdivision, planned development, is found complete. This is an area of the property, and this is a proposed subdivision.
Need a motion?
Are we,
Just need a motion to find it complete.
okay.
No,
Number
3 and
3.
6 are still on there.
Okay, I make a motion to find it complete.
And let's have a motion by Troy, second by Mr. G. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 6, public hearing and action, Cajun Farm Subdivision Section 2, final plat.
This property is located near Lake Charles Drive. It is 19.835 acres, and it consists of 81 single-family lots. It is found complete. This is the aerial view and the proposed subdivision.
Wow. Make a motion to find it complete.
Have a
Complete?
motion- Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
We found
I
a
heard
motion to
incomplete.
find complete by Troy, second by Mr. G. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Yes. And gentlemen, just for the record, still, if you can give a motion for the other 4 items that were found incomplete,
Yes,
we'll just say items 4, 5.
I'll make the motion. Where items 4, 5, 7, and 8 are found incomplete.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 9, Erica.
Item number 9, public hearing and action, on ordinance number 235-2018-031-S-TE to grant a time extension to allow a used car lot, a light commercial use in medium retail A for Lot 18 and 19, Block 12, Ebony Heights subdivision, Cameron County, Texas, save and accept a 0.167 acre tract out of Lot 19 located at 1805 Greenbrier Avenue, Brownsville, Texas, 78520.
So as Erika mentioned, this is a request for a time extension to allow a used car lot in medium retail A. This property has 0.1767 acres, and the proposed use is a used car lot. Just to point out, this was approved last year. Specific use permits, they have a 1-year time frame. So with the ordinance that was recently passed, drafted by Ms. Hernandez, they have the ability to ask for the time extension to have an additional year to be able to build.
Okay.
So this is the aerial view of the property. There is single-family dwelling in the area. There's commercial business as well. The zoning is dwelling in the surroundings. There's also apartment, general retail, and light industrial. This is a 200-foot buffer map. There were 14 mailouts and 0 written opposition. This was the site plan that was approved previously. And this is the street view of the property.
Is that the one we had controversy turning in?
Yes,
Right.
it is.
Okay.
So the request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and future land use plan. Staff does support this time extension to allow a used car lot, a light commercial 5C use in medium retail A, with the condition that the property must comply with all city codes and regulations as determined through the site plan review process.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a public hearing. Does anybody have anything for this one? Please step forward, sir.
That's the one.
If you just step up and state your name, please, and
Yes, sir. My name is James Zavaleta, and I own the house immediately next door to this. I opposed it last time, the same reason I'm opposing it this time. This is a residential neighborhood, and even though there's car lots around, they're dying. They're not feasible properties. These were built in the 50s with housing tracts in mind. Secondly, he hasn't done anything, not one bit of work, nothing to suggest that, in a whole year and a half. The cars that he parks over there, he often parks in the easement, and I drive to work. I work downtown with Carlos Coscos, a CPA firm, and every time he parks the cars there, I have trouble seeing past the traffic because of that odd turn, as you can see in that graphic. Also, sorry.
Let me ask you real quick. You're saying that he parks cars, he puts them on there, and it's just on a blank?
He has them at the very edge of the lot.
Wow, okay. And he hasn't put a building or anything?
No, it's as bare as that picture shows, and that's from 2011. He's owned the lot since 2006, I believe.
So he's just putting them up there for sale or doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And neighbors have complained. I've reached out to my commissioners.
I've seen.
Has to be paved or calichid or whatever it is.
Okay.
Right,
It's-
so the neighbors have, as neighbors, you have the ability to call the helpline, and we could send a code enforcement officer out there to potentially cite them, because they cannot be selling from a property that does not have an established office.
Yeah, and I don't want to get you sidetracked with your presentation, so I apologize.
I sincerely didn't know that. I live there. My next door neighbor across the street's got young kids. The same with the neighbor right next door to me. And they're walking across the street all the time, because they're related, going back and forth. We've got elderly people on the block. And car lots, they cause a lot of unnecessary traffic. When the one on Loma Linda was there, they were parking on the street and whatnot. So that's
gen-
basic.
In general, you're just basically saying you're not in support of it at all, and
Not at all.
You've observed what we perceive as potential misconduct in there currently. Okay. Thank you very much for
Thank
your time,
you.
sir. Anybody else? Yeah, please, sir, step up.
My name's Ted Hassey.
Well, please, you have to come up to the counter, please.
I'm a friend of James's. I'm there all the time, every other day. I noticed you said there was zero written opposition.
Right.
It was never solicited. If there had been solicited opposition, he would have gotten it and he would have filed it. Thank you.
We did not solicit opposition. It is open to the public to
Correct.
do so on
We
their
understand
own
that.
through city
Yes.
secretary.
We understand. All right, I need a motion.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
And a second, all in favor?
Aye. I make a motion to deny.
A second.
I have a motion to deny the continuation and a second from Mr. Galante. I would have to go along with that based upon the fact that they're saying there's an observed violations. He needs to reapply and explain himself, so. All in favor of the denial?
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor, all opposed to denial?
No,
You in favor?
in favor.
Okay, unanimously denied.
Thank you. Item number 10, public hearing and action on ordinance number 235-2019-061 to rezone from dwelling A to dwelling G for Lot 9, Block 7, Villa Maria Garden subdivision, Cameron County, Texas, located at 432 West Washington Street, Brownsville, Texas, 78520.
So this property owner is requesting to rezone to dwelling G. They're basically just changing the area district. This property has 0.14 acre. The proposed use is for reduced setbacks. What they want to do is build an alternative dwelling unit, basically a guest house in the rear of the property to accommodate a relative. This property is fronting West Washington Street. This is the aerial view of the property. There mostly is single-family dwelling. There is also Sam Stadium nearby. There's commercial business within the area as well. So the predominating zoning designation is dwelling. There's also general retail and light industrial. This is a 200-foot buffer map. There were 27 mail lots and 0 written opposition. This is a street view of the property. The request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and future land use plan. Staff does support this area district change from dwelling A to dwelling G.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public hearing. Anybody have any questions or comments on this particular property?
I so move to close the public hearing.
Wait, she has somebody.
¿Quieren pasar a la ciudad? ¿Son los dueños o están en contra de la?
Okay, está bien. Okay, Mr. G makes a motion to close.
Second.
A second by Aaron, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I so move to approve.
Second.
Mr. G make a motion to approve. Aaron, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
It's approved, unanimous.
Item number 11, public hearing and action on ordinance number 235-2019-062 to rezone from dwelling G to apartment H for lots 23 and 24, Block 1, Canyon Valley Replat Subdivision, Cameron County, Texas, located at 3704 Menchaca Court, Brownsville, Texas, 78526.
So this property is looking to upzone from residential to apartment use. They are also changing the area district in order to increase the intensity. This property has 0.31808 acre, and the proposed use is apartments, and it's fronting Menchaca Court. This is the aerial view of the property. There is single-family dwelling. There is also other apartments within that street. There's duplex to the south as well. The predominant zoning designation is dwelling, and there's also light retail, apartment, and general retail. This is a 200-foot buffer map. There were 26 mailouts and 0 written opposition. This is the street view. So the request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and future land use plan. Staff does support the rezone from dwelling G to apartment H.
How many units are you gonna put on that less than a half an acre?
So there is currently a duplex existing. As you can see right there, there's a structure. And they're looking to put in 2 more duplex.
But what is the density on those lots?
They're looking to put 6 units in total.
No, what is the city's?
Right.
AH is like.
So H allows 25 units
Yeah,
per acre.
that's why I was
25 times 0.3 would allow the 6 units.
Okay, that's the question, 25 per acre, so half
Right.
acre unit, so, yeah, okay.
Right.
12 unit.
Also, just keep in mind that rezoning it doesn't outright allow them to put the 6 units.
No, yeah, obviously, you got to worry about setbacks and things, but that's
Right.
fine. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public hearing. Anybody have any questions or comments on this particular property?
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Second.
We've had a motion for Troy, second by Aaron. All in favor?
Aye.
Action.
Motion to approve?
Troy makes a motion to approve.
Second.
Aaron says second. All in favor? Aye. Unanimous.
Item number 12, public hearing and action on ordinance number 235-2019-064-S to allow a restaurant, a medium retail use in dwelling A for lots 40 and 41, La Villita Unit Number 4, Subdivision, Cameron County, Texas, located at 313 Manzano Street, Brownsville, Texas, 78521.
Before you begin, I have a question. If it's already a medium retail and they're going to why would they change it to dwelling A to put a restaurant? I mean, that may be misworded on the screen.
Yes, it actually is.
Okay.
Yes. So the current zoning is dwelling A, and they are looking to put a restaurant in the zoning that does
They
not
wouldn't do it
allow
the
it.
other way around. Okay.
Right.
All right.
So they're proposing it in medium retail, or in dwelling
Make it
A.
into medium.
Right.
Okay.
So this property is fronting Manzano Street. This is the aerial of the property. In all directions, there is single-family dwelling. The predominant zoning is residential, and there's also general retail to the south. This is a 200-foot buffer map. There are 30 mailouts and 0 written opposition. This is the property. The request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and future land use plan. Staff does support the specific use permit to allow a restaurant in dwelling A with the condition that the property must comply with all city codes and regulations as determined through the site plan review process.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public hearing. Anybody have any questions or comments about this particular problem? All right, ma'am. I knew you had to be waiting for something. There's only 2 more. Go ahead and come on up, ma'am.
Okay. Can I do it in Spanish?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Okay. I have a lot of people. Well,
Yes, we understand. That's fine.
hola, mi nombre es Griselda Ramírez. Yo soy vecina. El número 30. Entonces, si hacen un restaurante allí, me imagino que nos van a subir los impuestos. No queremos eso.
No es verdad eso.
Nada de eso.
No.
No. Bueno, ¿dónde van a estacionar los carros? Va a haber mucho tráfico, va a haber está el canal allí, tenemos problemas con los tacuaches. Va a haber más basura, va a haber, hay tacuaches, hay ratones, hay cucarachos. Entonces vamos a tener más problemas, va a haber basura, no va a haber lugar donde estacionarse. Es un lugar muy pequeño.
Esto, digo, cuando van a poner un restaurante, el restaurante tiene que tener suficiente estacionamiento para la gente que van a atender. Así
Sí.
que ellos tienen que saber cuántos espacios deben de tener.
¿Y si hay?
They have to have enough parking, ma'am, for 1 parking place for every 8 potential customers, I believe is the current policy.
It's 1 parking space for every 100 square feet of gross.
Okay, that's what they're using right now. There's a new proposal I know I've read that says it's going to be based upon potential customers.
Right.
So they do have a restriction on how many spots, and if they only have 6 parking places, they can't have any more people than that. That's just the way it goes. That's the way it's
Que
set
no
up.
pueden
So,
tener aquí en la isla, habían un restaurante y no tenían más que yo creo 2 parkings, no le dejaban poner ni una mesa, yo creo con 2 sillas no más, y no puede. Por eso tiene restricciones.
Sí.
And they're very strong.
And just to point out, that's why the last bullet, it says that this is only to permit the use. In a
Right.
zoning that does not allow it, they still have to go through the site plan review process. Just because they're having the use approved does not mean that they don't have to comply with the codes that
Right.
the city has for commercial.
This is the first step, ma'am. As soon as, if
It's
we
the
were to
first step?
approve this for any reason, nobody says we're gonna approve it, but if say we approve it, for whatever reason, they still have to go for a site review. And the site review, their plan that they present to the city has to show the size of the restaurant and how many
Yes.
parking places it has. And if it doesn't have adequate parking, they won't allow them
They
to
won't
open.
allow.
And I can tell you from a friend of mine who did this with a daycare center about a year ago,
Yes.
the traffic people and parking people are insanely strict. They do not take any margins for error. And
Okay,
so-
we were so worried.
Yes, ma'am. It's not at all like we just say it and it happens, no. The
Oh,
reality is,
okay.
we say, yes, okay, we're gonna let you consider doing that, if we make that decision after your discussion with us.
Yeah.
And if we made that decision, they still have a significant hurdle they still have to cross. And I know people who've failed to cross that hurdle many times, so.
Okay.
So it's not over just because they get to get permission to, yeah, okay, we'll let you consider building something there, a restaurant there.
Okay, I see.
Are
Oh.
there any restaurants close by in that area?
No, there is,
there's
it's just
nothing.
predominating residential in
Yeah.
all directions.
Yes,
Yeah, they just wanna put a mom and pop shop in there and that's, yeah, okay.
I guess. There's a school, and there's a lot of kids. There's no sidewalks.
They would have to
They,
They
add
will
a
have to put a
sidewalk.
sidewalk in front of it.
What's the name of the school?
it's Garza. Reynaldo
That's
Garza.
where I work.
You were
I
a
work
teacher
at-
there, or?
I'm
He is a
I'm a
teacher.
counselor there.
Oh, really?
Small world.
Yes. Well, you see in the street, there's no sidewalks, like on my house, there's no sidewalk. And there's no, I don't think there's sidewalks on Manzano.
Well, one thing that's changed in the last year alone is the city passed ordinances on sidewalk, and you'll notice if you go out near the mall now, there's sidewalks all over the place. They've taken out pieces of street to put sidewalks in.
Yes.
City ordinances have been changed. You have to have sidewalks for commercial residents to develop, so.
Oh, okay.
So now, if they build something, they have to put a sidewalk.
They have to build sidewalks.
They don't have any choice.
Oh,
It may
okay,
only
I
be
see.
for that one strip, but in front of that strip, they,
A sidewalk. Okay. Well, you guys have eased my mind, all of us.
if you pass that on to your,
Okay, I will, yes.
are you opposed to it with those provisions?
I'm opposed to the
The
restaurant.
idea,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
All of them have the same concern.
Yeah, no, we understand. Anybody want to make a motion to close here?
Motion to close?
Second.
And a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Action? I would agree with what Martine says, and if the staff's supporting it, I'm going to make a motion to support.
I'm going to abstain. I'm going to safe route.
So the other two need to answer?
I'll be in favor of it. I think they're gonna have issues with
I
parking.
agree.
and other-
They're not going to make it probably, but, Mr. G?
Whatever you said, but like I said, I know that it's not gonna go.
I don't think so either. Okay, we have a motion and a second from Aaron to, in favor of supporting recommendation. Mr. G, we have a 3-4 vote, 3-1 vote, so it passes, so. But we all believe it's not gonna make it, man. So, no. Go ahead, Martin.
Okay. Item number 13, public hearing and action on ordinance number 235, 2019-065, to rezone from general retail H to general retail J for lots 7 and 8, block 96, Brownsville Original Town Site, City of Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas, located at 905 East Adams Street, Brownsville, Texas 78520.
So this property is changing the area district. They're keeping the same use district designation. It is 0.275 acre, and the proposed use is apartment. This property is fronting East Adams Street. This is the aerial view of the property. There is single family, there's commercial business, there's civic institutions nearby. The predominating zoning is general retail. There's also apartment zoning and medium retail zoning within the vicinity. This is the 200-foot buffer map. There were 24 mailouts and 0 written opposition. This is the street view.
So that courtyard between those two white buildings is where they're proposing this? Is that?
Right, so they're actually refurbishing that building.
Oh, okay, the intent is to take that existing building.
Right.
And increase the intensity and put apartments in it.
Right.
Okay, all right. So it's basically going from a hotel to apartments. It looks like it's a hotel to me.
Yes.
No,
Previously
it
was,
offices at one time, no?
it was a hotel at one time, and then it turned into kind of like a business plaza. There were several offices, and well,
they
now the
wanna
new
make
property.
apartments out of it.
Right.
Okay, all right.
So the request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and future land use plan. Staff supports this rezone from
Okay.
general retail H to general retail J.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a public hearing. Anybody here for this one? No?
Close public hearing.
Second.
Motion from Aaron, second from Troy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Action?
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion from Aaron, second from Troy. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I hope the rest of you are here for the item number 14, because this is our last one, so.
Item number 14, public hearing and action on ordinance number 235-2019-066 to rezone from dwelling A to dwelling G for Lot 2, Block 76, West Brownsville Addition, City of Brownsville, Cameron County, Texas, located at 1815 West Madison Street, Brownsville, Texas 78520.
So this property, again, they want to change the area district. They're proposing a duplex. It's a standard size lot, 50 by 120. They only have 6,000 square feet. Area District A only allows a duplex if the property has 9,000 square feet. So changing the area district would permit them to establish this use. So this property is fronting West Madison Street. This is the aerial view. There is single-family dwelling in every direction. There's also a civic institution nearby, a church, and there's also commercial business. Predominant zoning is residential. There's also apartment within the vicinity and general retail as well as light industrial. This is the 200-foot buffer map. There were 24 mailouts and 0 written opposition. This is a street view. There currently isn't a house there anymore.
It's a vacant lot.
It's a vacant lot.
Hey, will you go back to that one?
Yeah.
What's the size of that lot?
50 by 120. So the request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and future land use plan. Staff supports this rezone from dwelling A to dwelling G.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, please.
Sí. Tell him to come to-
¿Puede pasar al podio, por favor?
Gracias. Mi nombre es José Flores. Yo nomás quería preguntar qué es lo que van a hacer ahí en ese solar.
Go ahead, Mark.
He just wants to know what's going to be built. Lo que quieren construir es un duplex.
Duplex.
Sí.
Bueno. Y también la pregunta es que si no nos van a subir las taxas.
No,
No.
No nos van a... Bueno, porque ahí también pasa lo mismo. Si va a ser un duplex, está muy chiquito
Sí.
el solar. Y si así, que no hay nada de eso, hay veces que están amontonados carros afuera. Y es una calle muy traficosa allí porque es un shortcut.
pero para un duplex tiene que tener
3.
tres
Tres espacios por estacionamiento.
Bueno, y ahí también está una escuela cerquitas.
eso, una cosa no tiene que ver con la otra.
Ahí está como a 2 cuadras, a 1 cuadra.
Sí,
está-
sí, pero estamos hablando sobre esto. Pues para un duplex
Ajá.
es necesario tener 3 espacios de carro. Así que eso se va a aprobar de esta manera que van
Sí.
a tener.
Bueno, lo único nomás era lo que yo quería saber también de que no nos subieran las taxas.
No, no se sube.
No, sir.
Ese es el temor, porque ya ve que pues uno es jubilado.
No,
Está-
no, una cosa no tiene que ver con la subida del taxi.
Bueno, pues
Las
eso es nomás lo
taxas
que yo
para que
quería
les pase
saber,
el
y
duplex.
también que no vaya a haber tantos, porque cuando está en la escuela el carrerío ya están chocados
Sí.
ahí, han chocado.
It's a problem for total area.
Bueno, pues es todo lo que se quería saber.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias, señor. Anybody
I so
else?
move to close the public hearing.
Have a motion from Mr. G, second from Aaron. All in favor?
Aye.
Action.
I so move to approve it.
Aaron makes a motion to approve. Mr. G seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned.